Expenses are paid. In the end, 10 singers are finalists who perform in concert.
If you had not met him, where would you be tonight?
Probably in Florida. At home.
In Florida, JOHN MATZ was a high school football star who used to sing the national anthem before his own games. MATZ studied singing in college, and in the 10th annual OPERALIA competition, he was the top tenor. Here, he suited up for a dress rehearsal.
I just have such a great respect for him. I mean, he's a hero. Somebody that I've always watched, always listened to, and never really thought that I would ever be that close to at any time. It's because of him, and that's his belief in young artists and giving people the opportunity to say, you know, I believe in them, they can do it, give them a chance.
Later that night, Paris gave Placido's protégés a chance, and by the end, stars were born. Some were thrilled, others looked like it was the most traumatic experience of their lives. There was still one last lesson. Domingo taught them the first rule of the encore: go out only if they demand it.
If they insist very much, should we do the sextet again or no?
The morning after, on the River Seine, we asked about something that we saw on stage that surprised us.
You were pushing all these young people out ahead of you onto the stage. I think a lot of people would say that's not what a star does. A star leads out onto the stage.
I see them just like my children. And I am here, you know, just to try to help you. That's the way, you know. You cannot be so vain that it is okay, so here I am, you know, and here they are coming behind. I think it's wonderful and they are coming forward.
You are not simply handing out prizes. You're trying to develop careers.
Absolutely, absolutely. That was the whole idea of the competition. I think for me, one of the great passions and great love that I have in music is the continuation, is to be able to give to the young artists, to the young singers, what I have been able to get from the singers and the conductors and all the people I have worked with.
What happens to a young singer after Domingo works with them? Well, consider Verónica VILLAROEL.
I understand that you found your voice in the shower.
Sí, oh, qué horror. Y sí, I was taking a shower and I was listening to my cassette and then I don't remember exactly which one it was, this song, but probably it was the Bee Gees, you know.
The Bee Gees?
Staying alive, staying alive.
Before she found that voice, she'd been selling cleaning products door to door in her native Chile. After Domingo heard her, the curtains she raised weren't for the shower anymore. She's now a star in the biggest houses around the world.
It was a trampoline, I think. It was he gave me the opportunity to make my career bigger and see places like Japan, like Dubai, like China, etc. And it make my career brighter.
He picked you up out of Chile and you were off.
Yes, yes.
Here she's playing opposite Domingo in Pagliacci, where the insanely jealous clown ends his marriage in a traditionally operatic way.
He wanted to kill me, and I said, oh, mamma mia, okay, this is it. Yes.
You thought you were in danger.
Yeah, the way he looked at me, those eyes, and that energy he had, and everything was right here, and you could see his energy blowing, you know, and I was really scared for my life. I love that. It made me feel. I think everybody wants to feel.
The feeling you get with Domingo is that he may be the hardest working man in show business. He's the artistic director for both the Washington National Opera and the Los Angeles Opera. This season, he'll spend 27 nights conducting, sing 8 solo concerts, and play the lead in 47 opera performances. He's fond of saying, "If I rest, I rust."
Molto legato.
So why has opera's busiest star become its best talent scout? Well, it may be because of the way Domingo himself was discovered. As a teenager in Mexico City, another opera singer noticed his sound. That singer was his mother.
I hit a note. When I hit that note, I see the tears coming out from the eyes of my mother. And I said, "What happened to you?" And she said, "Placido, that's a real voice. That's a real voice."
Do you remember the tune?
Yeah. It was La negra noche tendió su manto, surgió la niebla, murió la luz. It was just a, I suppose it was a G, no? A G natural.
The G natural that changed your life.
Yes.
Nearly 50 years later, we caught him in Washington in a role that can break tenors half his age. In Wagner's Die Walküre, he overpowers a huge orchestra in a 5-hour marathon. After the opening act, he ran off the stage,
A little darker, no?
tutored the makeup artist in the art of a proper scar. And while others were singing on stage, we found him in what looked like a coat closet working on the next act, still unsatisfied with how he was doing. If Domingo's never been completely happy with his own voice, we wondered who he admired. It turns out it was more Vegas than Wagner.
Greatest performer you've ever seen, any discipline.
Well, I think that I have a great admiration for what Sinatra was doing. I think Sinatra, the way that he sings, the phrasing, and a certain resonance, then continues a little bit the voice when you stop it. It is, when you stop singing, it's kind of in the air. The voice is still there. And I like it very much.
What do you think of music in 2004?
In the popular music, there is beautiful melodies still that you heard and you play. And there are other things that I don't understand anything. And it's the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. But perhaps it's very easy for people to follow that. And I understand. I respect everything that is successful.
You don't understand rap, but you have to respect it.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yes, it's my fault if I don't understand it, you know. But I respect it. I think it should be, like they say, cool.
While he's preparing the next generation, Domingo is not bowing out. He's fully booked in major operas for the next 3 years, when he'll be 66.
When it's time to stop singing, will you know that, or will somebody have to tell you?
I have to know it. I have to know it. There are 2 ways of doing it. You plan and you say, okay, so that's it. This year is going to be my last year. And I go and I sing 2 performances in every theater, you know. Or one day, then you just go out in front of the public and say, ladies and gentlemen, tonight has been my last performance. You know, I don't believe in saying, just like in some of the operas, goodbye, 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 goodbye. No, no. Once you say it, goodbye, you should be goodbye.
When will that be? Well, consider this. The New York Times ran a review that said Domingo was at his peak and it couldn't last much longer. That was 23 years ago.